on.
The book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 30. My skin!
Job said, my skin! It don't get more clear than that. So he's talking about his pigmentation. So let's read.
My skin is black upon me.
Job said, my skin is black upon me. It's black upon me. Guess what? Absolutely. Now, you don't see nobody this actual color. You see them out pigment, different shades of brown. They call now, brown is a derivative of black.
Bring it out.
Brown is a derivative of black, all right? We are God's chosen people. You so-called Mexican, right? Mexican's not in the Bible. God calls you Issachar.
Right.
So-called African-American black.
Right.
That's not in the Bible as a race of people. You are the Israelites from the tribe of Judah. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are God's chosen people.
Unto his servant John. The book of Revelations,
14,
chapter 1, verse 14.
14.
Yes, sir. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
David, touch the top of your head, bro. Touch your head. Where's your head at?
My head or my hair?
Your head. Right, so his head, the hairs on his head was what?
Were white like wool.
Was white and woolly. It was white in color and woolly in texture. Because some people like to say, well, wool is white. Wool is white. No, you ain't never heard of a black sheep. You just called yourself a black sheep. Wool is not a color, it's a texture.
Bring it
You
out.
understand that? So it said it's white like wool. So it's white in color and woolly in texture. Let's say I'm wrong. Let's look at his skin. Read.
White like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So it said his eyes was as a flame of fire. It says that, sisters, because his first miracle was turning water into wine.
Bring it out.
When you drink wine, what color does your eyes turn, sis? When you drink wine or alcohol, what color does the whites of your eyes turn? Red.
Bring it
So
out.
the blood vessels were showing. They were red. That's what, when you see Christ, the whites of his eyes is red. Read.
And his feet.
So now we look down at the man's feet. You got socks on. You take them socks off, it look like the rest of your body, right? The top of your feet.
Okay, but that's the New Testimony or the Old
It's the
Testament?
New Testament.
Okay, but the new one is handmade. It's not real.
No. The New Testament, Genesis to Revelation is all the Bible.
Bring it out.
Point blank. All right, and let us finish it. We'll touch that. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Hey, David, what color is brass? Because it said his feet like unto fine brass.
Okay.
Beautiful brass. Beautiful brass. Right? But let's see what kind of brass his feet look like. Watch this.
As if they burned in a furnace.
Hold on, right now? Now this brass looked as if it burned in a furnace.
It's black.
Hold on
That's
now.
black.
Hold on, come back now. So now, hold on. Is that brass your kind of brass, or is it a little different? Or is it this kind of brass? Or is it this kind of brass right now? That's that kind of brass right now. Would you agree? Read that again.
As if.
No, read and his feet.
And his feet.
So we looking at the top of Christ's feet. John the Revelator looked at Christ, David, just like I'm looking at you, and seeing the top of his feet. He said, what? Absolutely, bro. That the scripture right there. Absolutely.
That's right.
Now you get a visual with the scripture you reading. Read.
And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
Man, he said Christ was black as hell.
Okay.
And thick, kinky, woolly hair.
Bring it out.
Give me Joe.
Okay,
Joe.
what about Mary, though?
What about Mary? What about her?
What about her?
Obviously, she had to be black if her son black. Obviously, everybody in the Bible, prominent figures that are Israelites were black. Everybody. White people didn't step on the scene. Hey, G, what you saying? What you saying? I want to hear it too. What you say?
Okay, if Jesus Christ is the son, if Jesus Christ is the son of Mary, right? She had to be black.
Absolutely.
They don't talk about her color in the Bible.
No, they don't.
No, they
don't. But yes, they
So
do.
that's not 100%
They
But
do.
we're
We're not talking about
Mexican
Mary.
or white.
We
You don't-
No, she was an Israelite. She was an Israelite. Christ was an Israelite. He was a Jew. His father was a Jew, okay? So all them Jews were black. Read this. What about Job? Y'all heard of Job before?
Yeah.
Remember Job, right? Hey, Job went through struggles. More struggles than we think we go through these days.
And black, so.
Take a look at this sign. Let's take a detour.
Okay, yep.
Let's take a detour. So you so-called Dominican, right? You're so-called Dominican, which means you come from the tribe of Simeon. Santo Domingo.
Good.
Which means Lord of dogs. Are you a lord of a dog? That's what Dominican means. Puerto Rican means rich port.
Bring it out.
Mexican means center of the moon. These are titles that are all not what God gave us. God didn't give you Dominican. He gave you Simeon. Period, point blank. We're God's chosen people. What you got? No, we good. Give me, we can read that, yeah.
Yes, sir. The book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces.
Did you hear that, sis?
I gotta get my clothes. I'll be right back.
Got you. But we are a people that are confused of face.
Bring it out.
In Dominica, right? What you got going on in Santo Domingo? Dominican Republic. You got light-skinned and dark-skinned. You got the Haitians versus Dominicans, right? Would you agree? We're confused. We don't know that we're the same people.
Bring it
Some
out.
of us think we white. Some of us think we all sorts of things, but we don't never want to band together as the Israelites under Christ, the Black Messiah.
That's right.
Go do your stuff and then come back, sis, all right? Now, G, the brother said he's baptized. Get Ephesians 4.
Yes, sir.
Ephesians 5, my bad. G, what's your name?
June. J is
June?
June, like the month of June.
June.
J-U-N-E.
Got you. Yeah. Hey, June.
Yes, sir.
So now we need to be baptized, but you remember David was talking about he's baptized already.
That's right.
But
No,
you
he's
not
not baptized.
He ain't baptized.
No.
A 5-year-old can see that with some sense.
He's living
In sin.
in sin.
In sin.
And he's comfortable with it.
Now let's talk about the true baptism, because the water baptism, as far as being dunked in the water, that ain't gonna do nothing for you.
Nothing to cleanse all that.
It's gonna make you wet. That's about it.
Yeah.
But watch, this is the true baptism you need.
Okay.
Ephesians 5:26.
Yes, sir. The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Now we need to be washed
by the word.
By the word. The water by the word.
The real one. The real Bible.
The understanding, the proper understanding of what the Bible's talking about.
Okay.
Like we the Israelites.
Okay.
Like if you want to get the kingdom of heaven, you
Yeah.
can't defile your temple. You can't
No.
be a drunkard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We gotta keep the Sabbath holy. You understand?
Okay.
Let me give you one more commandment. And then
The Bible is not all that long, bud. You know,
no, we make it hard.
Yeah.
Watch this, read that.
By a simple way.
1 Corinthians 11.
Yes,
Watch
sir.
this. Watch this, Jules. 1 Corinthians 11. I'm going to give you an easy commandment. An easy commandment. You probably never heard it before. What's up with you, little bro? How you doing? I'm all right. Hey, you ever been to court?
No, I haven't been.
Never been to court? Not saying as far as like, you ain't never been in the courtroom, period?
No, I haven't.
Okay. You been in the courtroom before?
Many times. Too many times.
Hey, tell the young bro what happens. What do you have to do when you go in the courtroom? When you go in the courtroom, what do you have to do?
You gotta stand. You gotta stand.
You gotta stand, right?
You
You
gotta
gotta
stand.
stand. What else?
You have to what? Anything you say can. No.
Okay, hold on.
No.
If you go in the courtroom like
anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law.
absolutely. If you walk in the courtroom dressed like you dress now, what are you gonna have to do?
Teacher.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I'm gonna see if the sister know. Hey sis. Hey my sister.
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Hey sis. Hey, if my brother right here walks in the courtroom the way he is right now, what is gonna be one of the first things he's has to
take
do?
my hat off.
Thank you. Take his hat
Take my
off.
Get
hat
out.
Right? Would you agree?
Yeah.
He gonna have to take that hat off.
Take my hat
When
off.
you walk in the courtroom, you gotta take the hat off.
Yeah, no hat.
Silence the phones and take the hat off. Now watch this. Where did the courtroom get that from? Where did the white man get that from? You said what?
The Bible?
Let's see. Read that.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Christ.
So Paul said, look, y'all, hey, y'all follow me because I'm following Christ, all right? I'm the closest thing on earth right now to Christ. Christ dead and gone, and I'm going to show y'all how to follow him. Read.
Verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Who is the leader of every man?
Jesus.
Christ.
Yeah.
Christ is the leader of the Israelite men. The Israelites are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
See?
That's who the God's chosen people are.
Right.
So Christ is the leader. Read.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ,
Uh-huh.
and the head of the woman is the man.
Now, who is the leader of the women?
Bring
The
it
Israelite
out!
Women. Did we miss that? Did you catch it?
Men.
There we go.
Men.
There we go.
Yeah, we take care of the women.
Right, the men lead the women.
See?
And encompass all of that.
Yeah.
Come on.
And the head of Christ is God.
And Christ has a leader, and that's the Father. So it goes to Father, Christ, man, women, and then children. You understand that?
Okay.
Don't you ever go following behind a woman, bruh,
Right.
and letting the woman lead you.
Right.
You the man, all right? You understand that?
Okay.
Don't be no damn simp, bruh. All right? Come on.
Okay.
Every man,
Don't be a simp or a pimp. How about that?
Okay,
Read
that part. Yeah.
every man praying or prophesying.
So now all the men, every man, if you pray to God or if you prophesy to God like what we're doing now, when you step in the realm of God dealing with this Bible,
praying or prophesying, having his head covered,
having his what?
his head covered.
So if you a man, if you a male, and you dealing in the realm of God, praying or reading his Bible or hearing his Bible, dealing with prophecy, and you have your head covered,
having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
you dishonor your head. So when you pray to God, when you reading the Bible or hearing the Bible, you ain't supposed to have your head
Bring
covered
it out.
because you bring a dishonor upon
See?
yourself. All praises. You ain't got to throw it away. You ain't throw it away.
Bring it out.
Get the brother have fun. But you just, when you in the midst of God's presence in his Bible, you uncover your head. Now what about for the sisters? Watch this.
Verse 5. But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her
But
head.
of the woman, if you pray to God, right? You pray before, right?
Yeah, they say you're supposed to cover your head.
You're supposed to cover your head. Do you do that?
I'm on the
No,
cover of my
I
head.
don't, but I should.
You need
It's
to.
because I know.
It ain't even about should.
I know.
You're supposed to.
That's
I
right.
know.
Or you going to get a butt whooping.
All right.
Come on.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head.
So you dishonor your head. You dishonor your leader. God, the man, Christ, God. You understand?
Oh, please
Yeah.
don't put
Don't put it on camera. Hey, so now, brother, you pray before? You gotta make sure your head ain't covered, all right? If you out with the homeboys, y'all be passing a church or passing a funeral. I know you'll do the little sign of the cross and whatnot. That's not biblical either.
Bring it out.
That's a whole nother point.
Hey.
But even when you throw, what I'm saying is, you throw that prayer up and you wearing that what you call it, snapback, or the fitted cap, you gotta take that off.
Bring it
right?
out.
Come here, Samson.
How you guys doing? How you guys
All
doing?
right.
What's your
God
name? Fabio? Alex?
In June.
And June. My
Yeah,
name's
you-
Samson. June. My name's Samson.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So I got a question for you because you just came up. I know you've been here. But do you know what tribe you come from?
Judah.
Judah, that's right. Did you know that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
No?
I'm 67 years old, and I didn't know that.
All
I
praises.
didn't know anything about the Bible because I was.
All praises. And that was the plots of the white man.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is